Do you know English words? Do you understand English videos? Then why does your mind suddenly go blank when it's time to speak? The answer is simpler than you think. Have you ever noticed that you can watch an English video, understand almost everything, and even know exactly what the speaker is saying? But the moment someone asks you to speak English, your brain suddenly freezes. It's a strange feeling. You know the words, you know what you want to say, yet nothing comes out. Most people think this happens because their English isn't good enough. But that's usually not true. The real reason is that speaking and understanding are two completely different skills. When you're listening, your brain only needs to understand information. But when you're speaking, your brain has to do much more. It has to find the right words, put them in the correct order, remember grammar rules, pronounce everything properly, and do all of that in just a few seconds. The situation becomes even harder because most people are afraid of making mistakes. The moment they start speaking, their brain begins asking questions like, what if this sentence is wrong? Or what if people laugh at my accent? Instead of focusing on the conversation, they're focused on being perfect. And that's exactly when the freeze happens. It's like trying to drive a car while reading the instruction manual. At the same time, your brain becomes overloaded. What's interesting is that fluent English speakers aren't fluent because they never make mistakes. In fact, they make mistakes all the time. The difference is that they don't stop speaking every time they make one. Think about how children learn their first language. They say words incorrectly, create funny sentences, and make hundreds of mistakes. But they keep talking. That's why they improve so quickly. Fluency isn't built by avoiding mistakes. It's built by making them and continuing anyway. So, if your mind goes blank when speaking English, don't worry. It doesn't mean you're bad at English. It doesn't mean you're not smart. It simply means you're trying too hard to be perfect. The secret is to stop worrying about speaking perfect English and start focusing on communicating your ideas. Because fluency doesn't come from learning more and more English. It comes from using the English you already know. The more you speak, the easier it becomes. So, the next time your brain freezes, remember this simple rule. Don't aim for perfect English. Aim for spoken English. That's where real fluency begins.